Hey guys, Future Mike here. In all the excitement for this recent trip over to HHN, Universal HHN, once I got back and I did the editing for this video, I realised that I actually didn't hit record when I did the intro, and I did want to share with you what the event was roughly about, the costs involved if you were to purchase this event. It was gifted to me. The R.I.P tour was, I think if you were paying for it, about $335 for a plus tax per person. That didn't include your park entrance, so bear that in mind. And it gets you through all the houses. It brings you front of line, and I mean front of line. It's a lot, you know, literally you're guided straight into the houses. So it is a good way if you're there in your shorter time and you want to ensure that you get to see all the houses. I thought it was really worth it. You do also get some refreshments and some food upon entrance when you first meet up, but then after that, any sort of refreshment stops you do have to pay for. The Rush of Fear pass was also a pass that I paid for. That was around about $185 plus the tax, because I knew I was going to attend the event for a couple of days, and it worked out a little bit cheaper that way. I'm not sure what happened with this video, because going through it, you know, I was trying to do my best, because obviously you can't film in these houses when you're doing this tour. It wasn't a media event, if you like. But going back through it, I was trying to give some sort of reaction and my thoughts on each of the houses, and I realised I did it for some, but I didn't do it for others. So this is a bit of one of those mismatched type videos. Apologies for that. It's a bummer that it's the last one as well, and it'll be the last one for a little while. But I hope you enjoy it, and I'll catch you guys next time.
We make our first pit stop of the journey, along with Dr. Oddfellow's first pit stop on his journey through gaining power. He crash landed into a jungle in the 1920s. This is Jungle of Doom Expedition Horror. Once crash landing, he finds this mystic skull of his. This mystic skull helps him gain his first set of powers, and also later becomes his Cane of Souls. Now you guys might know the Cane of Souls because it also becomes Jack the Clown's Cane of Souls at one point in time.
Finally, my search is over. I feel the power of the glowing skull of souls surging through my veins and giving me what I so crave. Immortality!
Wow.
Right now, we are going to start with our very first house of the night. One of my personal favorite houses of the year, and honestly, one of the best narratives I think Halloween Horror Nights has ever been able to tell in a house, while being able to go through it without me telling you anything. You could probably understand every single part about this house. Now, this house will be the Darkest Deal. The Darkest Deal takes place in the early 1900s in the Deep South. It follows one main character named Pine Straw Spruce. Going into this house, we will see Pine Straw Spruce playing his guitar on a lonesome road until someone by the name of the Collector approaches him. Now, he's a kind of weird looking figure. He goes, I got a deal for you. Now, this deal, of course, is a tale as old as time, with he'll trade your soul for fame and fortune. Now, as all of us would do, he obviously took that deal. He signed his life away and said, give it all to me. He played all his gigs, the venues got bigger, all the population got bigger, the money got larger. He was having a great time living his life. He even went home to visit his mom before playing his biggest gig of his entire life. He's about to hit his peak moment when the Collector came back early and took his soul.
Right, so first up, Darkest Deal. We can't film in the houses, so I'll let you know my reaction at the end. Right, we're heading now straight into Dr. Oddfellow's, so I'll give you my reaction on both once we're out, because it's straight into the next one.
Behind the facade and witness.
Right, well the first house, Darkest Deal, I had to let my eyes adjust, and it was terrifying because it was so pitch black in there, so the jumps were even more frightening. There's a long story to it to do with jazz and what have you. I couldn't remember it all, so please forgive me, but I'm not here for that. I'm just here to give you my reactions. And the Dr. Oddfellow's house was immediately after. full of clowns if you don't like clowns. But that tells you the story of how Jack became Jack, which is quite good.
You guys made it out of your deals alive. Congratulations.
Thank you. So yeah, so that was phenomenal. Yeah, so there's 2 houses done, superb. And our guide always gives a little bit of a background between the houses, so hopefully you'll hear it from that rather than me trying to explain it, because I'm terrible, and you know me with my memory. I also meant to say that the included with the R.I.P. is like a priority seating over at the show. I think it's Midnight Fuel it's called. So that's extra as well, and that's handy. That's an extra bonus.
The next scare zone we are going to head into is Dark Zodiac. Dark Zodiac takes place in the Zodiac realm. You guys have already seen the Zodiac realm. We got sent there, but now we're here to explore a little more. In the Zodiac realm is where Dr. Oddfellow hones his powers from and takes souls. With these souls, he sends these souls and they become lost souls inside of Dark Zodiac. Also, all the chainsaws you see, they are here to protect the Zodiacs. So make sure to keep your eye out and look for your Zodiac sign and just have some fun in here.
So this is Dark Zodiac, obviously better at night time, but also good for the daytime to get bearings as to whereabouts it would be. Lots of chainsaws and creepy people. The amount of fog coming out here. Imagine these things popping out of the fog.
Those who are looking for a small bit of power, you've come to the right place. Good evening, mortals. My name is Dr. Oddfellow. It's a pleasure to see you all. Join the masses in search for immortality. I've come with the key. And if you're willing to embrace the fear deep inside your heart, I'll let you have a small sip of my magical elixir. Fight back. Opportunity waits. For some, but not for all.
Our next house is going to be the Exorcist Believer.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, this is the one I'm more anxious about. Right, that's Exorcist house, truly terrifying, and it stinks. But as he said, it is more to do with the trailer of the movie, so it's not going to give anything away. But we're off to Blood Moon offerings, I think, now.
So the next house is going to be my personal favorite house of the year, Blood Moon Dark Offering. Now, Blood Moon Dark Offering takes place in a 1600s colonial town village. Now, this colonial village has 2 different types of people, the false-hearted and cultists. These cultists believe in moon farming as well as harvesting of moon farming.
Right, Blood Moon. That was a phenomenal house. A beautiful house, beautifully decorated, and I got a few good jumps there, a few good scares. Oh, we're just having an interval now. I'm going to head over to the bar for some refreshments. I think it's a pay bar. I think when you come in, the drinks are included at the reception area, but halfway through the night, this is I think this is paid for. But if I'm wrong, I'll let you know. Well, our guide, Caven, has just told us it is a paid bar. This here is your selection of drinks that you get for your quick break. I think I might just have a Miller. Right, I'm just in a balcony area just above Jimmy Fallon's.
And he wrote this play.
This is great. You get an opportunity to see all the crowds as well. I've got a beer in hand, living my best life. And of course you get a great view here of Rip Ride Rocket as well, which isn't too bad. I think there's a car coming, yeah there is. There you go. Right, so we've just done Dueling Dragons. Another beautiful, beautiful house. However, I need to try and do that again. Didn't really get the jump scares, could see everything coming at the time. So I really need to do that again, but the house itself is beautiful. We're now heading over to, I don't know if you can hear the tour guide through all of this, I'll have to check it on editing, but we're now heading over to Yeti Camp campground kills, I think. This is one I'm really looking forward to.
We do have Yeti campground kills. In that campground, of course, we're all on summer vacation. We're all here to have a good time. We're roasting marshmallows, roasting hot dogs. Not only that, but some of us are here for a retirement party. We're celebrating. Y'all did a great job in life, whoever did retire this week. But tonight, unfortunately, we're not the only people up in the Rocky Mountains. We have some friends. We have a daddy Yeti, a mommy Yeti, and a baby Yeti. These Yetis love each other so very much and are here to have an amazing time until baby Yeti runs away. Baby Yeti died. Mommy Yeti and Daddy Yeti aren't very happy that baby Yeti died. So Mommy Yeti and Daddy Yeti decided to go down to the campground and see who killed baby Yeti. Turns out there's this boy named Baby Billy who is poking baby Yeti. Now we don't know if he killed him. All the Yetis are in town to kill everyone who may have killed baby Yeti.
Alright, so we've just come out of the Yeti campfire kills. Another phenomenal house. These houses are absolutely gorgeous, and they've got a few jumps there. And again, it's all about the timing. Some of them you miss, but then when they get you, and especially at the end, there's a few coming out all at the same time. But a really great house.
This is going to be our next house, and this is probably the reason why you all bought this ticket to skip the line. Stranger Things 4. In this house, we only focus on Stranger Things Season 4, as well as only one singular storyline in Stranger Things Season 4, and that is the Curse of Vecna and everything happening inside of Hawkins, Indiana.
So now we're heading over to Stranger Things. This is themed on Season 4 and a particular section of it. I've done this already on my first night here, but it was a bit rushed through, so I'm going to take my time, hopefully, if I can pause it a little bit and just really take it in. But this is a really good house. Right, so that was our 7th house, Stranger Things. Yeah, that was, I think that was based on the Vecna's Curse. I think that's the one, the series, not the series, but the episode that we watched. That's what that was, oh, sorry, I can't even talk. That was what that section was about. Very, very good, great house. I think we're heading over now to the show, Midnight Fuel, so I'm looking forward to that. Right, just before we head to the show, we're going to head through the Summer of Blood, Vamp 69, I think it's called. I've seen this one before, but it's always great at night time. Plus, there'll probably be loads of edits on this because copyright music, so apologies in advance. Wow, wow. Now it's going to have a quick bathroom break, but I've got to say that scare zone is probably my favourite because of the music and the way people just appear out of nowhere because they all look the same. First opportunity to see the Megans. I've not actually seen them perform. Now we were due a storm and it's not happened yet. It was due at 7, but I'm seeing lots of lightning in the clouds and I'm hoping that it doesn't rain with all this camera equipment. So we're just heading through Shipyard 32, if you can hear me. Apparently this is where Dr. Oddfellows is running from the police and he has all these cronies, wow, that he's shipping with them. He's shipping away, sorry. He has all these cronies that he's trying to ship away, but they've broken out and they're roaming the streets wanting to kill everybody. Hopefully you heard all of that and I haven't made a complete mess of it.
This is the 3rd time we've had Nightmare Fuel, but this year we've changed a few things up. I feel like it's more of a complete narrative this year and we have kind of a closing to a story of sense is what it feels like. We have new tricks, new pyro, as well as new dancers. The It's very fun, it's very exciting, but if you are offended by conventionally attractive people in minimal clothing, I do not recommend this for you.
Wow, what a great location, a great setup. And apparently it's supposed to be awesome. Just in case I got the name of the show wrong, Nightmare Fuel, just in case. Now, all I can say about that show was wow, wow, and wow. Some of the stuff that they did in there, I have no idea how they did. The pyrotechnics, the dancing, the explosions, super energetic. It was unbelievable. Unbelievable show, the best show I have seen by far. And if you ever get the opportunity to come here and watch that, I think it's called Nightmare Fuel. It might be Midnight Fuel, but I'm pretty sure it's Nightmare Fuel. It is phenomenal. Right, so now after that show, we're gonna have a quick drink with some refreshments before we head over to the final 3 houses, which is, I believe, is Chucky, Last of Us, and Monsters Unleashed. So now we're heading over to the Chucky house. And I think the Chucky house is in the Fast and Furious building. Right, I've got to turn the camera off now, so I'll see you when we're out. Well, I just completed Chucky, and yeah, that's a house of 2 parts. And there's a lot of jump scares in that one. And if the timing's right, you just get constantly jumped. Right guys, well that brings us to the end of the evening, the end of the tour. And it's and the end of this short trip, a short series. It's now 20 past 11. So that was a good 4 hours and 20 minutes. Is it worth the $335 if you were to pay for that? Well, I'd say so if you were here for 1 day or 2 days and you needed to make sure it happened. I would certainly recommend it. When you say it's front of line, it literally is front of line. Express Pass, I believe, you pay, I think, maybe half the money, but you could still be waiting up for 40 minutes in those express lines. So if you're in a rush to get all the houses done and you need to get them done on a time scale, I certainly recommend it. I do think you do get, I'm pretty sure you get some drinks and food at the beginning, the reception area. Like I said, I was sorry, I'm really tired. I was a little bit late for that, so all I grabbed was the water. But once you've done the tour, your passes that you have here, you've got a little barcode on there, I believe somewhere, yeah, barcode. It will allow you the express passes, I think I mentioned that before, on any of the rides that are open. But also the bars where you stopped off for refreshments, they're still open to you. And I think the Bamba, which is where you met up for reception, still has desserts and soft drinks available to you free of charge. The other bars that we stopped off is, of course, paid for. So that brings us to the end. I have no idea how this mini-series is going to work out because it was so quickly organised, I had no time to plan. But I wanted to bring you along with me. I enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed whatever content I put out there. Regardless, I'm going to put it out there anyway because I wanted to take you along with us. And with that, we will catch you next time.